Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of slope and y-intercept. This is standard 8.4C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 9 off the 2019 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a triangle, PSV, and the coordinates of each vertex of the triangle are integers. So just in case we were confused, we are going to use whole numbers here, thankfully. And we just need the slope, right? So this is a right triangle, and that's the hypotenuse, but we are not using the Pythagorean theorem here. We're not looking for the distance. So that's where they try to trick us a little bit here. Typically, we see a right triangle, right? And we're used to thinking, okay, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared to find that distance, but we don't want that. We're simply finding the slope, right? So we do have, imagine this is just a line that kind of continues up this way, right? Can continue down here into quadrant 4, and you can kind of see that it is just a part of a straight line that we're going to use. So we are going to think of our slope here like we always do. So slope is rise over run. That's one way I always remember the correct order in which to do it. So we always want to put the rise or the change in the y on top, because rising always comes to the top. And then we always want to get to the run, that's the change in x that goes in the bottom. So we make a fraction, right? So that's your change in y over your change in x, and that's going to get you your slope. And I'm going to predict we're going to have a negative slope here, because take a look, it's from left to right. You can tell if it's going down, right, then it's going to be a negative slope. If it's going up, if like something like this, right, that's going to be a positive slope. But we are going down, and so it's going to be change in y. So that means we just need to find two y coordinates, which they've only given us two y coordinates, so we've just got to use those two. And then we got to use these two x coordinates. And there's no guessing, because there is no a, b, c, or d to choose from. So let's find our two y coordinates. Let's just plot these real quick. So this is 3, 0, and that is, thankfully, they said integers there, so no guessing. That is 2, 4. All right, so let's just take our two y coordinates, 0 minus 4. Take our two x coordinates, 3 minus 2. And look what you get. Negative 4 over 1. Anything over 1 is just that numerator, so it looks like we're just going to be negative 4. Now, what happens if I switch that? See, I did this as my first set right here, right? What if I just switched it? What if I did 4, that's my first set right here, minus 0, and then 2 minus 3. So I'm just going to flip the order. I'm still going to subtract, but I'm going to flip the order. Well, look what I get. I get 4 over negative 1. So I end up with the same thing, right? If you have a negative in either the numerator or the denominator, it's still going to end up being just a negative number. The only issue would be if you have a negative in both, then you would cancel each other out to make it a positive. So it's just negative 4. So how do we bubble that in here? That's the only other slight trick in this particular problem is you've got on your answer documents right here, you've got a little decimal with nothing underneath it, right? You get 2 digits to the right of the decimal, which you don't need. You get 4 digits to the left. All right, so here's your 4 digits to the left. So obviously you're going to put your 4 right here. You're going to bubble in your 4, but over on the left side, so let's bubble it in. Over on the left side, you've got a little positive and a little negative. You've got to find the negative right here, and you got to bubble that in. So you need that negative, and you need that 4. You get both of those together, you get your negative 4, which is the slope of line PV.